the depth of your despair in the middle of a divorce when you have children is you're mourning the loss of your relationship, but you're also like mourning the loss of your children's idea of a family.
Hey! We're back for part 2.
With Ascia.
Hi!
Give us a hey. Can you do the hey?
Give us your best
Hey!
hey. That's such a good hey.
That was a good hey.
That was a good hey. Thanks, I've been really trying.
Oh.
I didn't do it well. I'm like, every time I want to do it, I stay at hi anyway. Hello.
We just had like 20 takes of you.
Yeah,
to do
just
the,
hey.
For all the people that think saying hey is easy, it's hard.
It's hard.
it's not easy. The
No, I
sprinkles
think-
and spice hey.
It's not. It doesn't come naturally.
Yeah.
It just
But
only
now
to
it does.
you.
Because you're all sprinkles and spicified.
That's true. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid.
yeah.
Literally. So now
let's show the mugs that we cannot.
We can't stop showing these. We're not even selling these.
I like these a
These
lot.
are just for the studio. Maybe we should
Where
sell
did you
them.
get these?
We made them.
We made them.
Yeah.
Cute.
Well, I mean, by made, I went to Taba dude and told him to make it.
Yeah, but they're all like pretty and inside.
Yeah.
Very cute.
We're gonna be dropping some merch soon.
Oh, excitement.
Yeah. Right, Haja?
Cute. So cute.
All right, so this episode is not going to be as light and fun as the, or maybe we can make it light and
We'll
fun.
see.
as
Was the first one
See
light
where
and
we
fun?
go.
It's pretty dark.
Was it dark? Maybe delusional. My Scorpio moon was like, oh my god, that was so much fun.
That was warm and fluffy. Meanwhile, we're like death, despair,
Literally.
depression.
It's
She's like, people tried to cancel me 4 times.
I'm like, really? Tell
I
me
don't make
more.
money anymore. Like, what?
Yes. I'm broke. Death, despair.
She's like, oh, fine. Anyways.
So much fun, you guys.
Can I leave now?
No,
I'm crying.
But we have to talk about divorce, babes.
Okay, divorce, babes.
Yeah, we couldn't stop saying it in the first part, but
Divorce, babes.
we're actually going to start talking about it now. Okay. So do you want to start with the importance of the topic? Why we wanted to...
So a big part of wanting to talk about this topic is I feel like people don't really talk about divorce enough. We cannot get enough of marriage in the region. Everyone talks about their marriage, their dream wedding, marriage, marrying, being so happy. No one talks about divorce, and divorce rates are higher than they've ever been. Historically, we've never seen such a high rate. We're at 62%, if you can believe it.
In Kuwait.
Yeah, in Kuwait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny?
Wait.
Is that the divorce rate...
You think divorce is funny?
You know what's funny? Divorce rate.
Do you think the breakup of families is funny?
Oh my god.
Us last week being like, the patriarchy is attacking the nuclear family. And then now we're like, divorce is hilarious.
Inconsistent.
No, but actually the divorce rate amongst Kuwaiti women who marry non-Kuwaiti is,
Lower.
what was it? 7%? Yeah, 7%. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine that?
No.
And that's on everyone telling us to marry Kuwaiti.
And that's on period.
I have nothing to say.
but I also like do feel like a lot of the times, like when divorce happens, like I feel like women are mostly held responsible for the success or the failure of the relationship, and we're expected to be like the emotional anchor of the relationship. So if divorce happens, it's like, oh, what does she do?
Oh yeah.
Why
she
is
didn't keep her man.
Yeah, she didn't keep
hold
her
him
man.
down.
Yeah, that
lost
was
him.
the whole thing. Like the whole thing for me after my divorce was like, yeah, he's tired of putting up with how like batshit she is, and obviously she's crazy. Look, she didn't have her hijab on. She's covered in tattoos, and like she travels all the time for work, so she doesn't take care of her kids. So like, of course, that this would be his choice. Like,
Yeah.
how is that? Like nobody has any idea on where or how our relationship ended the way that it ended. That's very private, personal information. But like, I brought a lot of shit to the table. He brought shit to the table. We ended up growing apart, and it is what it is. It wasn't like one. How come I was the only one?
Yeah.
Where they were like, it's you, and you travel too much for the kids, and you don't take care of your children, and like, of course, he wants a better partner. And I was like, ouch. That was
Yeah.
the thing that for months after I got divorced was like, what did you do? And I was like, what did I do? what did we do?
Did you get that from like people in your inner circle, or was
No,
that
like I
also
said,
backlash
my
from-
inner circle is like I have like 2 friends. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a no. I have more friends now. That's disrespectful to people that are actually my friends. I apologize.
But they don't know. But they don't know who the two are. So everyone thinks, oh,
Because
one of
there's
the
more than
two.
2,
must
which
be
is 7.
me.
I don't know why I feel that. But like anyway, my circle's quite small. No, it was not. It wasn't. It was just online.
Yeah,
It was really
oh,
online.
people were actually commenting that online.
Oh, bro. So yeah, no, it was online.
Yeah,
Yeah, online was the worst. Online was really hard.
I don't
As
understand.
usual.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, if they commented on her hijab, they're gonna comment on her divorce.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that's wild. Like, how would you?
Do you know,
could
we
go-
kept it to ourselves for we were divorced for, or we were separated already for a good 7 or 8 months before anyone found out.
Yeah.
Did you
Before the internet found out.
Did you separate with the intention of divorcing from the start, or did you think, oh, I'm gonna take this break?
No, I think initially we had wanted to take a break, and like I think that is a good way to do things. Do you know what I mean? Because like you want to give your marriage and the relationship that you've put so many years into and so much time into, you want to give it its fighting chance. Like
Yeah.
it was just out of respect for our relationship, we wanted to try, but no, it didn't. I mean, obviously, it didn't end up with us still.
How? What's not how, but I guess what's the thought process with leading up to that? You know, obviously you get into a marriage with the love of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to work. You have the kids.
Yeah. It's not like an overnight decision
Yeah.
where you're like,
No.
well, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an overnight decision. I think that like with divorce, a lot of times it's a slow build, but it's just about listening to yourself and like realizing that a repetitive thought in your head is, you need to give it some thought and like you need to give it attention. If this is like a repetitive thing that you have going again and again and again and again, like you need to pay attention to what it is. I gaslit myself.
Yeah. When did you feel like you really knew?
I think he and I realized pretty much same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we both realized same time.
So obviously, people kind of always anticipate women in social media spheres that have like a public marriage to sort of divorce and fail because they're public.
Yeah, I would say that the pressure of being watched is hard on a relationship. So yeah, it's the schedule that's hard. At the time where I was doing as much filming as I was, you know, like I couldn't be there as much as I wanted to be there. And when I was there, I was like really focused on the kids, like, cause like make up for lost time or do what I could. A marriage in general, I think is hard to be in as a regular schmegular dude, you know, it's a regular schmegular person, because like you have the opinions of your family and your opinions of your cousins, opinions of your friends, like your siblings. So like if you think about that and how hard that might be, then amplify it times 10 to people that don't know you, that really feel, you know, like they need to give their 2 cents into something.
Did you feel more pressure to make it work because you guys were public?
I think so. I think that we felt pressure to make it work. We really wanted to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't talked about this at all, just because like I have so much respect for my ex and our relationship. We had a beautiful, like 8 years together. We had 2 beautiful, amazing children, you know? And like he's a wonderful human being. I don't mean to get emotional, but I'm so grateful to have gone through those 8 years with him, to have created those lives with him. So no, I don't, it's hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about because like, I don't want to say anything because I know to a degree, like going through a divorce, I also own that, right? Like that's something that I went through too. So I should have the ability to talk about it, but also I don't very often, because like I feel like I don't want to have any control over the story. And if I talk about it, I feel like it's in my court, and that's not nice. Because there's a version that he holds, and all of the things in his version are valid. And that's how he received things. That's how I acted in that situation. Those are my things that I have to take responsibility for, and like vice versa. So I think out of respect is why I think a lot of Arabs don't talk about divorce. I don't know if it's that we don't have the wherewithal to do it, but we're so intertwined, you know? I mean, here it's you marry a family, you don't marry a person.
Yeah.
And I married that family. And so I have so much love and respect for that family. I would never want to change that. It doesn't change anything. So yeah, no, I think that's why we don't talk about it so much.
Yeah.
It's
And
because
I
it
mean,
impacts
also-
so many people, and you don't want to impact that many
Yeah.
people.
And I think the having kids together also is like out of respect for them. I'm sure you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I met a lot of divorcees that like while I was going through my divorce, and likewise for my ex, and he said the same thing to me. Is like we would meet a lot of people that got divorced and only had intense stuff to say about their exes. Like they were still in it, they're mad about it. They're like, you're feeling it. A lot of those don't have kids. You know, they don't have to communicate with one another. Like when you're getting divorced and you have children, it is not up to you. Like you are going to communicate. You're going to have to over communicate. You know, like everything is going to center around how these two little humans are going to come out of this unscarred. And so that was the only thing. That was the only thing. That was all Ahmed and I did. Was just like the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids. And like I'm super grateful for the way that it happened. It was hard. There's so many hard parts of it. Divorce is never hard or never easy. Divorce is never easy. Yeah. It's always hard.
Talk us through the realization or the moment really you figured out like not only do I have to get divorced, but I have to tell the kids, I have to tell my family, and I have to like get the opinions of the world. Like where were you at mentally?
I checked out online for a good 6 months. Like I was not in it for a while. Like my heart was not in work. I didn't want to show up to camera. I would do what I could when I could, but I checked out and like I allowed myself the time to process. And my mom flew in, which was helpful. She flew in from the States and stayed with me. And I took a lot of time to myself. You know, I didn't get a lot of opinions, and like I didn't want opinions because opinions are why this was still happening to us. Mm-hmm. You know, I was listening to a lot of opinions on how to fix it and how to sustain it and what to do, and that's where we got to. So like now it was just time to listen to him and listen to me, and that was it. When there was nothing else.
That's the problem, I think. In my experience, like I got married at 23 and divorced at 26.
Classy.
But I knew, like, I think from the first few months, like I kind of felt like we were different. But like you said, like the opinions, like people are like, no, you know, divorce is extreme. And it was very taboo at the time because I got married in 2010, divorced in 2013. So I feel like I stayed in it longer because of the opinions of people, even though I knew deep down inside that I didn't want to stay. And they were always like trying to pressure you or tell you like how to keep him. And it was always like, to me, it was like, you know, men are always like this in the beginning. They're more controlling. And then when you have a baby, they're going to be like, and that is so stupid to me because it's like, or people would be like, if you have a baby, you know, your problems will be solved. And I'm like, we are already like not seeing eye to eye. You know what I mean? Like,
and bring another human being into
in another human being. Like my relationship with my ex-husband is completely different. And that was the thing where it was like, if I'm bringing another human being into this, like, I don't think it'll do anyone any good. You know what I mean? It'll probably like backfire. And then like, what if this doesn't work out? Then,
no, dude, kids are a tether to another human being for the rest of your existence and your children's existence. And like, I'm so grateful to be tethered to my ex in the way that we are through our children. Like I will always have him in my life. He will always have me in his life. And it's valid that you didn't bring another life into it because that is the major complicator of a divorce. You know, it's so 10 times harder. You just want your kids to come out of it okay, because they didn't decide to be here. You decided they were going to be here. They didn't decide for you and their dad to get married. You know, you decided. Yeah. So now this is a decision you're taking and they have no say in it. Like you're also deciding. And so like that lack of control for kids is where the depth of your despair in the middle of a divorce when you have children is you're mourning the loss of your relationship, but you're also like mourning the loss of your children's idea of a family. Yeah. And you're just like trying to hold all of it up. So no, I took time. I took I was really grateful that the internet wasn't involved with this part of of it for a little while. We were worried when we had filed for things, like, because our marriage license when we first got married went around WhatsApp. It got taken. Somebody in the ministry had taken a picture of it. And so people knew like all of my information before I had announced that I was married. And we were worried that that was going to happen for the divorce, and it didn't. So thankfully, like it happened the way that it was meant to happen.
Did you mourn the loss of being a wife?
Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely mourn the loss of being a wife. I think losing that title, yeah, that was a hard blow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was so used to being someone's wife for so long, you know.
For me, even though like I knew it wasn't gonna work out with my ex-husband. I knew it, like and not that I hated him or anything. Like I still had love for him. Maybe I still do, because like, you know, even though we were married for 3 years, it's hard, like waking up to the same person, you know, like building a home with that person. So even though I knew we weren't meant to stay with each other, but I missed that feeling of coming home to someone, sharing a bed with someone. You know what I mean? Like sharing these intimate, like, yeah, that security, sharing these like intimate moments with someone. That was the hardest thing. Like it really like left a big space in my life. And I don't think people around me understood that, because they were like, why are you sad? You should be happy.
Yeah.
You know, because you got out of that situation. But I was like, yeah, I am, like, you know, grateful that I was able to get out, but at the same time there's this like sadness, you know, and nobody understood why.
Yeah. I think I get that on like a soul level, just because like for me, when I noticed my most sad was like getting into a new apartment and having the kids, and the kids doing something cute and not having my ex to turn to share that with.
Yeah,
because those are the things. Oh shit, that stuff still hurts. Like I think that I still mourn the loss of is like all being in the same space.
Yeah.
You know, that's the hard bit. That's the hard bit.
But I think it's
why am I
great
crying again?
Well, it's an emotional
I
day.
don't cry. Thank you.
But I think it's amazing that you guys are aware of it, and you seem to be sort of aligned in the way you decide to co-parent. But not a lot of parents are that aware. You know what I mean? Like I've seen a lot of situations where like, you know, people my age who are, you know, children of divorce, and they're traumatized because they grew up in a battlefield. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, you know, give yourself a pat on the back for.
Yeah, like I said, it goes back down to the same thing, right? Like, if you're gonna tether yourself to a person for life, it's try your best to make the very best decision that you can make for yourself. And I hope that he feels that he made that decision for himself as well, because like there is nothing that we will not do for one another in the interest of the fact that we share lives, you know? So
how do you deal with FOMO when your kids are with him though?
In the situation of divorce, what I've come to realize is that your children will know you, or will know each parent better than sometimes families that are still married will know a parent. They don't get the one-on-one time all the time. You know, it's like my parents were a unit, so when my dad was working, my mom would pick it up and period dot. You know, there wasn't like, it didn't oscillate between the two. There was no like pendulum that swung between both of them for their responsibilities. I didn't get one-on-one time with this person and one-on-one time with this person. I knew bits and pieces of one person and a great deal about this one. And with children of divorce, my children will know the version of their father untethered but to me, and unencumbered by my ideas of how he should be speaking to them, raising them, talking to them, playing with them, feeding them. He gets to do all of those things, and they will know their father 100%. And that's a great thing. Now they will also know me 100%. So there's no distraction, I think. That's the only way that I look at it, that I'm like, okay, alhamdulillah, at least this way, they're getting the 100% from both of us at different times. We're just, you know, I don't know. That's just the way that I've contextualized it for myself to make myself feel better. I don't know.
No, but there's so much peace in that in reality, you know, because it is very true. Like when you have like a nuclear family unit, it is very much like, no, don't say this to the kids. Like it's very like us.
It is. And it's like a united front, and it's not like the united front goes anywhere. The united front is still there.
Yeah.
Like clearly. He and I are gonna, like, we still have like a clear line of, but like the rules his house are a little different than my house and whatever, but we're like more or less aligned, you know? And like, I don't get involved with what happens there. That's his space. Like for them to know him 100%, it's his decisions, his rules. I'll back you up. That's it. That's where we're
Okay.
at right now. But our kids are young, so I don't know what that's going to look like, and they're teenagers. But I mean, that helped me a lot. It helped me to contextualize it a lot. My kids know me very, very well, and they know him very, very well. And they get relationships with both of us where we are unable to lean on one another daily. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, unable, because like that's really what does happen in relationship with children. It's like when this person is tired, the other partner will pick it up, and that's great. That's beautiful. That's at the end of the day, that's what you want. It's for you. Like if I'm dropping the ball, my partner will pick it up, and vice versa, back forth, back forth. But in a divorce situation, there is no other person to pick up the ball.
Do the kids ever come to you and be like, oh, but you know, dad's place, we can do this and do that? How do you set those boundaries with them?
They figured that out the first like 5 days. The first 5 days, these homies wasted no time. It was like the first 5 days of me having my own apartment and moving in, and like my kid was already like, but at this house, and I was like, oh God. And now we're 2 years in to like our.
Do they still do it?
Yeah. Oh my God, daily. He was doing it last night.
So smart.
It's so smart.
They really are.
They're so smart.
What star signs are they?
Aries is the hardcore one.
Oh,
Yeah, don't even.
of
my
course.
God.
Don't even. And then the
Terrifying.
other one is a Saggy.
Oh,
Two
that's us.
fire signs.
I do.
Good luck.
I know. I need the luck. You don't.
You wait until they become teenagers.
I'm not.
It's only
I'm
downhill
looking
from there.
forward to it because like they're so freaking cool. They're so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also a little scared because they're very cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they know what they want and they are good with boundaries.
And they're not
We're a
afraid
big
to
boundary,
go
and they're
get
not. We go head to head. I'm millennial
Mm-hmm.
parenting 100%, you know. I've only recently just started, sorry, I know we're deviating from divorce, but my kids are so funny. But I've recently started using only like Gen Alpha slang to talk to them
Oh.
because they're Gen Alpha.
What is Gen Alpha slang?
So I'll tell you. So like when they're fighting, I'm like, no, that's zero IQ behavior. We don't fight with our brother this way. Like literally, I will say zero IQ behavior, and it stops them in
zero
their track.
IQ behavior
Zero
is-
IQ behavior. That's one of my
Okay.
favorites. They talk to chat a lot. I don't know if you guys have it like. So like chat is like it's almost like it's like being in the office where like in the office you have that camera as like you break the fourth wall.
Uh-huh.
Chat is breaking the fourth wall forever. So you talk to chat as if they're in the room with you. So you're like, chat, she seems lost.
Oh my
Or
God.
like, chat, did you hear that? Like,
Stop. Oh, can we start doing that?
it's amazing.
Can we start to please?
I love chat. Chat is great.
Sign up.
Yeah.
No.
Or what's my other one that we use a lot? What is it?
But I
Skill
mean,
set?
chat seems like it's just a schizo behavior.
Chat is great. Like chat is good. But then there's also
Chat is
skill
border-
issue. Skill issue is another one.
What is skill issue?
So skill issue is like Noor has a great response to this one. But like so skill issue, Noor has my 7-year-old. Skill issue is when you've identified like, I don't know, you tried to take a bite of food and it fell off the spoon, for example. And you're like, can't feed himself, skill issue.
I'm gonna use that one.
Skill issue is
I'm
my
gonna use that
favorite. It is so phenomenal.
It's strong.
That's,
And then so Noor comes back to me with like, didn't know skill issue until 2 months ago, skill issue. You're 7. That was savage. It was unnecessary shots fired for no reason.
imagine being bullied by your own kids.
Yeah. It happens
Does
daily.
Noah want to be a guest?
Yeah, dude, Noah wants to be a YouTuber
Is
and
he
a
the Saji?
podcaster. He's the Saji.
Oh,
And they're both boys.
oh, I forgot. Oh yeah, Noah.
She's
Sorry.
a boy mom.
Oh yeah. I
What are the
forgot.
perks of being a boy mom?
The what? Perks of being a boy mom? I don't have to do a lot of hair. That's great. I don't have to, I only have to do my hair, really. And Adam's. Adam has curly hair, so I have to spend some time on his. But no, I don't have to do a lot of hair. Clothes are really not.
They don't care about clothes.
They don't
They'll
really
just
care
roll
about
in
clothes.
mud.
As long as it stretches,
Okay.
they're good. As long as it stretches,
Yeah.
comfortable, they're good. Perks of being a boy mom, there are definitely quite a few. But now I don't know how to talk to little girls. They're like little aliens to me. And then like they'll say something about their nails, and I'm like, aren't you like 5? Like you've already subscribed to the patriarchy? Like is that how it's going?
Hey,
But like then it's also no, that's valid. They're allowed to want to do their nail. Like so I don't
Yeah.
know how to talk to. I wouldn't know how to raise a little girl. I don't think I would know how to raise a little girl.
I feel like it's
instinctual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To us, it would be
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I think with the boys, like I'm comfortable with the fact that I just have the 2 boys.
Yeah. There's also this like
That's how I feel about boys. To be
stigma
fair.
where it's like boys are
For their
for their moms and girls are for their dads.
Bullshit. I was for myself. That's for me.
The idea of another child coming into someone else's life because they belong to another person is wild to me.
Right.
Like my kids do not belong to me at all. They're gonna go and do their own thing. I can only try and make them the best versions of themselves that I can, and
You
that's
can
all
only
I got.
try to traumatize them the least.
Yeah. I joke about this all the time, but like I know my kids are gonna. I'm gonna be the reason. They're gonna go into therapy at like 30, and they'll be like, "It all started with my mom."
So my mom literally got some lady to carry me and brought off with
Yeah.
me, and it was crazy.
And like I would be right there with them, like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry."
You'd be like, I'm so sorry, skill issue.
A cat mom skill issue. Oh my god! If my kids ever said that to me, I think I would cry.
Mother is not mothering.
Mother is not mothering skill issue.
Oh my god. We need to
No
write this
empathy.
down.
Zero IQ behavior.
Zero
Like
IQ
that.
behavior.
Zero IQ behavior.
Zero IQ behavior.
Empathy. No empathy.
Use
Skill
that
issue.
so much.
Oh my god.
But the chat one, I just think would be nice
I like
when
chat.
you and I argue. When you and I argue, I'm about to use chat on you.
Chad, do you hear this bitch? Like,
I don't.
Chat, she just said that to me.
I think you just
Disrespectful.
unlocked.
Chat is
Or
great.
You've created a monster.
Chat is great.
Yeah.
So you know how like I speak to myself in different accents for different opportunities.
Okay.
I'm about to speak to chat in different accents.
Oh,
chat is about to respond. I'm about to
Chad is about to have a whole accent. Chad needs. It should be Siri. Can you do a Siri voice?
What does Siri sound like? I forget. Because
Hello.
my Siri is a guy.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, because I like telling men what to do.
Oh my god! I have all of the like robotic stuff that's in my house are all named after men.
Really?
Yeah, like I have a robotic
have a
vacuum. Yeah,
What's his name?
Rob.
Mine's Bob.
And then whenever Bob you're Bob, mine is Rob. But whenever Rob gets stuck anywhere, I'm like, you stupid motherfucker! It's because you
Zero IQ
you
behavior.
get zero IQ behavior.
A woman
Skill
would
issue.
never.
A woman would never
Yeah,
get stuck
honestly,
here.
Clean right.
Yeah,
It's your only
Yeah.
job.
just yell at him a little bit. It's fun.
I take it out on Bob.
Oh my god, the men are gonna
do.
cry now again.
Every week the men hate us more and more, and we have to apologize. Like, we don't hate men.
Yeah.
Love. We don't hate you. This is just fun. The
just-
patriarchy.
Only speak for yourself if you don't mind.
put up with so
We
much
don't.
like of men making fun of women, and now that
Yeah.
we're doing it back to them, they're like, how dare you? How dare you?
Someone be mean to them. Shut up.
This is why the 4B movement exists, bro. Like they cannot handle it.
The what movement?
4B?
What is the 4B movement?
4B movement is
Knows nothing. Skill issue.
currently have no skill issue. Some people we don't know all the things.
Thank you for defending
It's
me.
normal to not know all the
Thank
things.
you for defending my knowledge.
Yeah, no, of course, dude. It's normal to not know all the things. Yeah, 4B movement is movement in Korea right now, in South Korea, led by Korean women who are refusing to get married and procreate unless things improve for Korean women. And this is the first year that South Korea does not have a first grade class. Yeah. The amount of first graders has declined drastically because of the 4B movement.
Wow.
Work Korea. Well, I mean, they
Honestly, because like there in Korea, there's almost not a day that goes by without a Korean woman being murdered.
Yeah.
And at the hands of an ex-boyfriend, a lover, a husband,
Yeah.
a jealous stalker. It just
Or just a rando.
a random.
I remember
And so
there was
4B has kind of started to
Yeah,
spread.
I think their gender norms are also very rigid as well, right?
Oh my God,
Like, men are
incredibly.
expected to be super masculine, and women are supposed to be like feminine and cute and
And
pretty.
do you know over there? So I went to international school, and my Korean friends told me, if you're over 50 kilograms for a Korean woman, that's overweight.
Oh yeah.
Like the
Well, then-
standards.
No,
of
this man called me
beauty are
fat to my
crazy.
face, like to my face.
Wait, what?
Who?
Yeah, it's the man in Korea. We were at a business dinner, and we were at a business dinner because I have a Korean skincare company, with my partner Angie. We import and export Korean skincare that works for our region, and so this is the beginning of our setup of our company. And we had gone, and I was introducing myself as the influencer that was going to be doing the marketing arm of things and blah blah blah. And he's like, "You're famous in your country," and I was like, "Yeah, this is what I do." And he was like, "You would never be famous in Korea. You're way too fat." And I was like, "I'm sorry?" And he's like, "Fat. You are
What?
fat." And I was like, "That's cool." I didn't know what to say.
I
It's
don't
like
ever want to go
never-
to Korea.
Are you considered beautiful where you're from? I was like, yes. He's like, maybe here if you are more thin. I was like, no, I got it the first two fats, bro. didn't have to. Like, I didn't need the alternate. Like, I got where I was at on your scale.
What does he look like? What does he look
A
like?
thumb.
Of course. It's always these ugly ass men that could never get anyone that want to
think
comment.
that they can.
You
say
are
these
ugly
things to women.
too. Did you say you're ugly too?
No, you know.
Why are you this nice?
Because at one point he was hand gesturing about my
You should have been like,
chest
well, you look
size,
like this. You
and I
look
was like,
dumb.
I just need out. So I looked at my partner. My partner was like, we're leaving. I was like, yeah. So we left. We left quick, and we don't work at that brand. So
We got into Gen Alpha slang.
Gen Alpha slang is really like it's where it's at. I really like it.
We need a Gen Alpha correspondent. We have a Gen Z correspondent.
Everyone
You
say
have
hi to
Is this your
Hajed.
Gen Z
Hajed
correspondent?
is our Gen Z correspondent.
I like the Gen Z correspondent. I think Noor would be a great Gen Alpha correspondent. He's great with
He's
it.
hired.
Okay.
He's-
He's 7 years old. He's a
7?
bit old. He's a bit older than what we were anticipating, but
He's 7. He's got it. He's a talker.
Yeah.
Gift of gab.
you
Like,
can
he's
let
got
his
it.
people call our people.
I'll do that. I'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah. So speaking of trends,
Okay.
have you seen the trend of getting a divorce ring?
No.
Okay, so Emily Ratajkowski, Emirata,
Okay.
got divorced and she
got
had
divorced?
Huh?
She got divorced.
Yeah.
Wow. It'd just be all of us out here, huh?
Yeah, I mean her husband was problematic.
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know anything
he did
about.
some things. I
don't
don't want
know
to get flagged,
anything
so
about.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Let's not do
no
that,
comment.
please.
What?
I don't want to get flagged, so I don't want to talk about what he did.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. So she had 2 diamonds on her ring, and when she got married, everyone was like, "Oh my god, she has 2 diamonds on her." So she split that, and
Okay.
she put 1 diamond on one ring and another diamond on another ring. And she said, "This is my divorce ring now."
Oh, that's nice.
How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, that'd be something that I would. I have my ring. It's a full. It's like diamonds wrapped around, but it's just a band.
Okay, money.
Okay, yeah, right. Sorry, not about it. But it's by a Kuwaiti designer that I really, really like.
Yeah.
And I love my ring. It's a beautiful ring. But I was gonna make a ring for each finger from the diamonds of them. So I had an appointment with the jeweler that made the ring to go and make one of each for each hand. So I'm gonna put like.
She said divorce rings.
Yeah.
divorce rings. Yeah, because I didn't have like one.
Yeah.
Big diamond. Maybe one big diamond was a cool like do something new with it thing. But like I have quite a few, so I was like, I'll just
Scared of the
I'll
moon.
just
Did you
ice
not-
myself.
You didn't want like one big diamond? Was that not your?
No, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Are you guys big diamond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could never
Do
be.
not give me small fit the feet. I want a rock. I don't want the ring. Just give me the rock.
I love a big rock. It's not that I don't. I think that just like I'm not more amity
Yeah.
for me. You know,
It's more for the investment
I
of
think
it.
it would be nice to have 2.
that's also true.
My husband's gonna have to buy 2. I want a big diamond.
I want 3.
My
Let's
husband.
go. Let's just up the ante quick. You know, you want 2, I want 3. Like,
I feel so poor now.
I want 1 diamond.
I want 1 diamond that's the size of their 3.
So do you see yourself getting married again?
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people thought after my
One and done?
divorce, yeah, they were like, "Oh, you're probably traumatized. You don't want to get married." And I was like, "No, I'm just like pro.
Just need a bit of
marrying
reset.
someone." Yeah, do your research and know that you know
Dating for more than 2 weeks.
Methalan.
method. For
Methalan.
example, mine was arranged too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like what we
Who
were
would've
talking about
thunk?
earlier.
I never would've
I know
thunk.
it was so not me, but it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, where it's like it's kind of like this path that's like set out for you. Like
Yeah.
you go to college.
It's true.
And then you graduate, and then you're supposed to get married, and then
Yeah.
have kids, and then you
And
know
that's
happily
it.
ever after, and that's it. The
that's
story
it.
ends.
Yeah, it's true. Where like it's you're just on the track of like you're doing what you think or you're supposed to be doing or what's expected. And like I got married at 22. I was young. I
Yeah.
had just graduated and like
So that's actually so young. Like I
That
think back
is.
to myself.
oh my god, I thought I was grown.
That's great. But see, at 22,
That's great.
Your frontal lobe has not even developed.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Your
No.
front. So you are not even the final version of you.
Yeah.
You're
No,
never.
no,
gonna
you
be the
have no
final version of it.
perception of what like life really fully is. But I felt grown. I was grown. I was like, I'm a grown woman and I'm gonna run my own household now.
Did your family pressure you into sort of wanting that? No, it was you.
You know, it's like no, because no, my family didn't pressure me. That's a really. I don't think it's family pressure. My mom definitely didn't pressure me, but I do feel like I was ushered into
Yeah.
Okay.
doing what's expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not the reason that I got married at all. Not the reason I got married.
there
Just
was
the
that
reason I got married when I did. I think that's a good, like, because like like I said, wouldn't change anything. Like if I went back, it's still the person I would probably marry. You know what I mean? Like that's not it. It's not about that. I think it's just the timing. I mean, yeah, 22 is young, dude.
It's so young.
And like when you're that young, like you fall in love with versions of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I fell in love with a version of him. He fell in love with a version of me. And then we're, you know, that's where we were at in life. So none of it was like inauthentic. It was just like, then as the versions of us progressed, you realize that you're not progressing in the same direction, you know, or like you're not progressing in the same line of thought, you know, and that was where it was, we were like, that's the harder bit, you know?
No, but I also think at that stage, like when you think at 22, like what marriage looks like, it's literally like a Disney fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dream. It's like, oh my God, and my prince, and he's gonna love me. And that's, I wish in school there was education on marriage. I wish we knew what marriage really meant, because I really think at 22 years old, you really think marriage is just two people having fun and loving each other, and that is 1% of what a real relationship
the
is.
things you focus on as well are different. Like looking back at when I got married, like the things that mattered to me then.
6'5".
Trust fund.
Looking for a man in finance.
They don't matter to me as much now. You know what I mean? Like now I'm looking for someone that, I don't think he exists though, because I think my standards are ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
No,
let's-
the standard's
please,
high. I
give us your
appreciate that.
list. Give us your list.
No, I just want someone who's aligned
me
with
for who
my
I am.
values, loves me for who I am. 6'5", not blue eyes, definitely not.
No.
What was that one? Boycotts, divests.
That's the
Riots
one.
or something.
Looking for a man that
Protests,
boycotts,
yeah.
divest, not blue eyes.
Not
Like,
blue eyes, no. But yeah, it was definitely like the focus was different. Like I feel like when I was 23, I was looking at more superficial things.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, he's tall and he has great hair.
And he's nice. Oh my
And
God, he's
he
nice to me.
listens. And no, guys, this isn't Drake. Oh my God, we're
not
soulmates.
BBL Drizzy.
I cannot get enough of that.
God, that song.
It's so good. I'm obsessed with BBL Drizzy. It's so
Thicker than a
good.
Snicker.
Huh?
Is there a part where they're like thicker than a Snicker?
Yeah, they did say that. Thicker than a snickle. It's so good.
But back to the conversation.
Back to the conversation at hand. So your list is
Yeah. What's your list? What's your what's your dream guy? Pitch him for, maybe he's watching Circles and Spice.
yeah. Give us
Honestly,
the pitch.
I'm just gonna
Obviously-
say, if your man, if your man does not watch Sprinkles and Spice, he's not gonna be your man.
He's not,
Your man
no.
has to watch this
You better fall in love with me
right now.
right now.
I think you be needing to be in love to be with you. Like you really. I imagine like every time you fight and being like, I swear to God, I'm gonna go to the podcast room right now. You know, and like he's just shitting himself, like it's about to happen.
I said that in an episode a few weeks ago that we filmed. I was like, my insanity is that I will call out everyone who's hurt me. My poor ex-husband, I have dragged him through. No, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't hate him.
I do.
Someone's got to do it.
I mean,
gotta
like
do what
you
you gotta
said, like
do.
I'm pretty sure. Like, no, I don't think he hates me either. I think he really still loves me.
And my toxic trait is everyone I ever met still loves me.
You know what? I bet you all we can rationalize every behavior from anyone that's ever dated us. I'm like, and
No,
you're doing
look,
this 'cause you're obsessed
I
with
was
me.
crazy, but I don't like. I still have.
Past tense.
No, I think I was very honest about what I wanted. Like I think what happened was that I was very honest that he wasn't honest about what he was expecting from a relationship. And
Liar.
obviously we were not aligned.
Shots fired. Chat. Save.
I didn't say that. He said that.
It wasn't me. He has a. He's a liar.
I don't hate you. I really don't. You're watching.
She does.
I really don't.
I do.
No, I don't. I just think we were not compatible. We
Bro,
really
I
just
feel
were
like it's
not
fine. It's
compatible.
fine to hate your ex. It's not about. It's fine to hate your ex, but at the end of the day, like you're the only person carrying that around.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
and
the
you're doing
thing.
yourself a disservice.
Yeah, that's
you know?
the thing that I didn't like hate him. I think I resented him for a few years. But then I kind of was like, okay, I cannot carry this like resentment around with me, because like it really is harming. Like every time I remember him, I'd be like, ugh. You know what I mean? Even though brother,
what's that, brother?
No, but I'm not gonna lie, like I did have some good moments with him, you know, so I do appreciate the memories that we had, but the ugly ones were ugly. But regardless, like you said, like I would not change that. It was really a life-changing experience.
Yeah,
and
it's a life
it shaped
lesson.
me. It made me the person that I am today, and it really taught me more about what I want in a marriage.
Yeah.
No,
How
you
will you
got
know
those.
what you are not willing to put up with, what you are willing to put up with, what you want,
Exactly.
what you're looking for, unless that happened, or
Yeah.
you know, and like if we're not making each other happy, like I love him so much that I want him to be happy, and I hope that he loves me as much that he wants me to be happy, and it's a bad look to teach both of our kids that you stay even when you're not.
No, that's the worst.
happy.
That's the worst thing you can do. And then you don't even act right with each other, and then the kids think that's what a normal relationship looks like.
Absolutely.
That's the worst thing.
Yeah, dude, this is why it was like I walked into marriage with a skewed perception of what marriage was.
Yeah.
I walked into it with very skewed perception, and it no tea, no shade, but like it was hard to undo that, you know.
Yeah.
So if I can lessen that on my kids, that they're not doing the undoing, and they can just kind of like vibe their way through, I hope that works out.
I think that's the most admirable thing you can do as a parent. Like truly,
I hope so.
like both of you, I think, like hats off for doing that.
Yeah.
Because whether I think a family is divorced or not, I know that I always looked at my parents as sort of like the example because
They're the measuring stick.
yeah. And I think that's sort of why I like jokingly said I keep saying no, is because my mom and dad were so real and honest with each other, and they had like a relationship that like until the day my dad died, I was always like not saying this until I find my dad, which is so toxic and funny and all of that. But the reality is that I'm like, I'm not gonna settle. I've seen what it's like to have something real and good and healthy and a partnership where like they're husband, wife, and besties. And I'm like, no, I want that.
And like a united front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's no reason to rush into something because what's meant for me is not going to miss me. And I don't care what society says. I don't care if everyone around me is getting married right now. Like, I want to meet my person and I don't want to have to change myself.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times that's the thing. We meet someone and they kind of push us into changing, and society tells us, yeah, you should, because that's what a wife's role is. And and then you're not yourself.
And that was my experience in my marriage, was that he was really trying to change me, and I don't blame him. Like, in all seriousness, I know I make a lot of jokes. Like, I really don't think he wanted to change me, but I think he was pressured as well from the outside world to kind of like control me. And I'm sure he was like, you know, be a man, like don't let her do these things. And I still am, like, I'm a pretty tough cookie.
Really?
Are you?
No,
I never noticed.
you.
What do you mean? You seem like such a wallflower. Like not a peep would come from her. I would never have guessed.
But that's the thing. That's why, like, if I like the partner that I'm looking for has to be someone who understands that I'm strong and I'm opinionated.
Strong,
and
independent woman.
Strong, independent woman. No, look, I am independent. I'm self-sufficient, but
You're not changing a car tire.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Also, like, when you're in a relationship with someone, there has to be a level of codependency. So I feel like you have to choose someone who, you know, like understands the level of codependency that you need from.
Yeah, like the fine.
Yeah.
The fine
we're
mix
not
of
too-
like codependent, independent.
I met a
you know?
couple ones, like they would literally get mad at each other if they're not watching the same things. Like if she's watching like a YouTube tutorial, he has to watch it with her, like a makeup tutorial, and she has to watch what he's into. It was so weird, you guys. It was so weird. They would do everything together. Like, that's the level of codependence.
That's a nightmare.
And she would get mad, like, if he watched something without, like, it was insane.
I think, like, I don't know, I'm a very headstrong human being. And like I've always been a super headstrong human being, and like society had a lot of things to say
Yeah.
to my ex-husband about how he was meant to control things, and I have to give him kudos. Like, he really didn't. Like, there were times where it was hardcore for us and we would go back and forth and like stuff would strike a nerve, but like he was never the one that was like, you're gonna wear this and you're gonna do this, and I don't like when you talk like this, and like that was never.
But that's the thing. I
Yeah,
think
alhamdulillah.
society villainizes women who are headstrong.
Yeah.
We're not celebrated.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
more the
you-
outside. It was more
yeah.
the outside that was trying to make him feel less than that. Like I am the way that I am. You know what I mean? Like that would somehow make him a lesser person. That's not factual at all. Like why does that have to be the way that it is? It's like
Yeah.
if you do have a strong woman, then it weakens the guy automatically. Sorry, it weakens the guy automatically. No, so you're allowed to have two. We're two strong, great personalities. You know.
Yeah, but they
It's
love
like-
putting the man as the alpha and the woman who
Yeah.
could be a beta. How about we're both alphas, or it alternates?
It alternates.
like-
And then if the woman is an alpha, then the man is immediately a victim.
yeah, it's like no, these are roles that the alpha and beta, like it doesn't really exist.
And it doesn't serve any. Like I don't think it's even kind to the man as well. Like assuming that because the wife is an alpha, then immediately he's the beta. Like you said, like they can both be alphas.
Labeling things is just it's like the death of a lot of stuff. When you
Yeah.
put a label onto it, it just like withers. I don't think it's necessary for everybody to know where they stand all the time. Like if I wake up in the morning and I feel really like headstrong that day, then we're vibing. Is that an alpha thing? I don't know. Like I'm just okay. This is how I am that day. So like I think putting a label on it can be really detrimental.
Yeah. I mean, there are days where I just want to lay in bed and be a princess and ask my man to feed me. I'm like, I'm broken.
He feeds her grapes, and then he fans her, and she's Cleopatra. So we have one last question on divorce.
Okay.
Before we ask you hot or rot questions.
What?
We're doing a rapid fire round,
Okay.
and we're gonna ask you questions.
Did you-
and
what did
you're
you call
just
it?
gonna say
Hot or rot?
But before we get into that,
I heard horrid. I was like, what's a horrid?
She's like, is that an Gen Alpha word?
Yeah, like, what did I miss?
Just skill issue.
Skill issue. Chat.
Horrid.
What's a horrid?
So much.
Or raw. Okay, got it.
What advice do you have for divorced women or women going through a divorce right now? Something I think you wish you would have heard.
Probably that your thoughts are valid. I think they're valid. It's not in your head. I struggled with that for the longest time. I was like, because as women, we automatically want to empathize easily with another person, especially someone that you have love for. So I could always put myself in the other person's shoes. And that's what was hard for me to get out of, is like, but actually also my emotions are valid. Like, even if I can see my side of it and like I can see how it's being received, doesn't mean that I need to alter the way that I'm also receiving things,
Yeah.
Is that if you're thinking about it, if it's kept coming into your brain, if this is a sore spot, you're still going at it, stop gaslighting yourself.
Was there guilt? Like when the thoughts would come, did you feel guilty?
Because and now like a couple years after I understand my emotions I think a little bit more. Is you can divorce someone that you love.
Yeah.
That's possible. It's possible. Like, love is not the only factor to making everything work.
Clearly.
Love is great. Love will sustain a lot of things, but that is not the only thing that is going to make things work. And so, yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
And I have never heard that from anyone else before. It was always like, I'm so ready to leave him. I hate him. I don't want to deal with anything. I never want to see him again. I don't want to talk to him. I'm not doing this. And like, cool, great. Sometimes I wish I had something cut and dry. I wish it was like, this is the one thing, like when women are cheated on, for example, and like their red line is, you cheated on me, you had an affair, I'm done.
Yeah.
You had a hard red line. You didn't have to tiptoe back and forth on the line on, did I just not do enough? Am I not speaking clearly enough? Am I not being empathetic enough? Am I not being fair enough? Am I being too hard? Am I pushing too much? Am I asking for too much? Have I said too much? Have I taken too much? That was a lot of that. And that's hard. You can divorce someone that you love.
Yeah. I think it's harder actually.
It's so much harder. And it goes in such different ways. And it's harder for everybody involved. It's harder for everyone involved,
Yeah.
when you get divorced and with someone that you still love. It's harder. I think it's easier for the people that have like a cut and dry reason. But it doesn't have to be cut and dry for it to be valid.
Yeah.
That's really important. It doesn't have to be, he cheated on me, I'm done, red line. He whatever, I'm done, red line. It doesn't have to be that. You don't need that one magical thing that goes, now I'm done. You know, don't get to that point. You're going to find that point. You're going to find that point when you don't want to find that point. You will get it. If that's what you're going to ask for, if you're going to wait until it's so shit that you are forced to go, you're going to get it. Don't wait for that. You know, don't do that to yourself because you're back for a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm not saying that like anytime that the thought of divorce pops into your mind, do it. No, it's a heavy, intense decision, especially if you have children. But my point is, don't second guess your emotions.
Yeah.
You know,
I think especially as women, we are very intuitive. Like when you kind of know. And then when you have to force it and work extra hard, like it's.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of things that I saw as like signs to myself. And I'm sure that, you know, likewise on his end, I'm not an easy person, dude. I'm fine with accepting where that is right now. I'm not easy. I tried. I don't want to be easy. I don't want to be palatable for everybody. But like I thought, you know, we were doing pretty well. We were doing our best. But, you know, I can see now a couple years out of this, I can see all of the things that I brought to the table that were not okay, you know? And like we were in a place where we were just damaging each other then. You're just in a cycle. So like if you're not being the best version of yourself in this relationship and this person is not bringing out a good version of yourself anymore, and likewise, just vice versa, you guys are just like, you know, at each other's throats. Take a second to figure that out. Like look at it and realize that I can still love you and love you. I will always love you. But like, we're not in love.
Yeah.
You know, because in love doesn't do this to each other.
Yeah.
You can love, like loving people, like we love family members, they still hurt us.
Yeah.
And, anyone that loves you still has the potential. I would positively say that the person that loves you is the person that knows how to hurt you the most, you know? And when you decide to take that and use it, because you know it, and you know how to hurt this person really well, then you're not in love anymore.
Yeah.
Then you're weaponizing your love for one another and the trust that you had for one another. Don't get to that point. And once after your decision has been made, be 100 about it. Be 100. Make it work. Don't, like, if there is any possible way for you to walk away from a relationship and not have it be an explosion behind you, do it. Take the higher road. Don't engage with, you know, a bad moment with things. Contextualize all of it. Because honestly, like, why are we disrespecting the person that we just spent this many years with? They hurt me. It's not that they didn't. Valid, super valid.
But in their
like,
story,
if that
you might
one
have
person,
hurt them
exactly.
too.
If I'm going to be the villain in your story, chill, babes. I'm going to be the villain in your story for it. But like, you're also the villain in my story, you know? So like, and if I know that, if I can be like, yeah, I'm the villain in your story, but I don't feel like the villain really, like, right? Like, I don't feel like I did that much. I don't feel like I'm the villain in this. Then I'm 100%, the other person is feeling the same way. And so like, if you can walk away and contextualize it all for yourself and get to a point of healing, I'm not saying take abuse, not that. But if that's where the line was, then no, you need a hard boundary with that. I'm not trying to normalize any kind of abusive behavior. Hard line that, cut that shit out. Don't contextualize. There is no context. But when it's the gray area, use every ounce of the love and compassion that you had for each other for as many years as that you were together. Use it then. Bank on that. Take it from the bank. Because you have banked it for that many years. Take it from the bank as much as you can until you've gotten to a better place.
Yeah.
Just because it's possible to come out the other side and have so much love and respect and compassion for one another, and raise children together in a healthy way. We go out with our children together, and people come up to us and they're like, "We're so glad that you're back together," and we're like,
"Wow, that's so awkward."
And we're like, "Yeah, thank you." Like, I'm not going to correct you. Well, like, I get DMs after, like, I just saw you and your husband and like the kids together, and like, I'm so relieved that you're back together. And I'm
Thanks
like,
for being relieved.
I love how people are so invested in your relationship.
The relief is an insane emotion.
the relief though, the relief really, like, you're relieved.
Your divorce was stresses me out. Never met you before.
Just losing sleep over your divorce.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave with love. Leave with love if you can leave with love. and listen
thank
to
you
yourself.
so much for being honest and open with us. And
Yeah, thanks for having
sharing.
me.
It's not over yet, girl.
It's not over.
No.
We have a hot or raw.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
rapid
it's
fire
not over
segment.
yet. Like you were
Hurrah.
like your life after divorce, it's not over yet. And I was like, thanks for the pep talk, girls. What thank you. I needed that validation. You mean I still can exist?
You are important without a man. You can have identity.
Thank you.
As Cher
Gonna
said,
get comfortable
do
for
you
this
believe
part.
in life after
Yes!
love?
Do you
I said the same
believe?
thing. You gave me nothing.
I told you.
I was like, do you believe in life after love on the phone? She's like, yeah. Bye. And I was
Usually
like,
I would do my Cher impression.
I thought you were going to
matter how hard I
Yo!
try. I do a good
It's
Cher.
there. That is a good share.
You should cosplay as a Cher.
You
Oh,
should.
it's Halloween. Okay, we'll talk about this later.
I probably need to lose like 100 pounds.
I feel like that's not a factor, and we need to move on
Yeah.
from that. But you do a
True.
great share.
Yeah, I
Sing.
would.
And I
Sing
feel like
to
I can
me.
see your hair like straight, long, 70s
and
share.
we'll get some extensions in.
Oh my god, like
Oh
super
my
long.
Yeah. How
And
many
we'll
inches is
find-
that? Like 40?
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy
That's a
statement.
lot of
Isn't
hair.
Cher dating like a 25-year-old?
Yes.
I love this for her.
Work.
Cosplay convention next month.
Okay, I'm going.
You're
as
going as
Cher.
Cher.
Do
Is that
you
cosplay?
believe?
Is that considered cosplay or is that impressionism?
It's impressionism.
Isn't impression? Isn't it?
She's not a character. She's really a human.
She's a human, yeah.
This can't be cosplay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So
Hot or rot?
we're reminding everyone what hot or rot is.
Yeah.
Hot or rot is our lightning round where we ask guests if something is hot or if it can rot. Why don't you start it off?
Rot as in die. You hate it. Hot, obviously.
If you need a definition for hot, you gotta go.
I'm so scared.
Are you ready?
I'm scaredy about giving opinions on the internet. Okay.
Oh, trust you're gonna like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No social media presence.
Hot.
Slides.
So hot. Like, if I can't find you, who are you? I love it. I love that.
Slides in your DMs.
Nah, rotten.
Sharing passwords. Problematic.
I don't know.
Ooh.
No, I don't. I mean, like, needing to share passwords, rot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Like that having to be a necessity, just knowing it so you can like access each other's shit. Hot.
Getting back together with an ex.
Getting back together with an ex. Did you learn something before you did it?
I just said getting back. This is hot or rot. This is not. Ascia, you're too deep for this. Get the cancer.
This is what I'm saying. I don't do opinions on the internet without context.
Just
Getting back together with an ex. I don't know. Sometimes works.
okay.
I don't
you're
know.
between
I don't
hot or
know.
rot?
Yeah, I don't
She's
know.
rot.
Tattooing each other's names.
Rot.
Getting matching tattoos.
Hot.
Oh. Doesn't believe in wearing a wedding ring.
Hot.
Ooh. Gray hair.
So hot.
Doesn't eat carbs.
Rot. Like, get out of here.
And then last but not least.
There's only one more.
Oh yeah.
I know I want more.
How about a man with a trust fund? 6'5".
Rot.
blue eyes.
Rot.
Bad in finance. Trust fund.
No. I don't want anyone in finance or CrossFit, dude.
Okay, finance is something. CrossFit, I'm out.
No, CrossFit, no.
CrossFit, I'm
Finance, no.
CrossFit feels like a cult sometimes. They're so
does.
culty.
I
Like
just,
vegans, kind of. I hope we're not insulting any vegans.
I don't know anyone that commits to a lifestyle that wholeheartedly and like
Yeah.
alters every fabric of their being for that lifestyle is really like, that's scary. I am scared for you.
All right, well.
No, I want more of those.
so
Those were
sad.
great.
We had one.
We're so
Wait, you
parting
didn't
question.
answer.
Yeah. Oh.
We had one parting question. Did you not see it?
Oh, no. I
Wait,
didn't.
why didn't you answer hot or raw?
Oh, you want to ask us hot or rot questions?
Yeah, give me this hot or give me the questions.
Why are we scared to give her our phones?
Are
You
we supposed
should
to
be.
answer together? Here.
Throw it my way, babes. You don't trust me? You saw that, guys. There's no trust in this relationship. Okay, ready, guys?
Let's
Are
do
you
it
ready?
at the same time. Let's see
Yeah.
if we're the same. We're
Okay.
not.
Okay, ready? Hot or not? No. Hot or rot? This is going
Skill
really
issue?
well so far. Can't say anything. Skill issue.
Can't read.
Can't read. Skill issue. Okay. Hot or rot? No social media presence.
Hot.
Absolutely. Slides in your DMs.
Rot.
Depends.
How else are you supposed to communicate?
Yeah.
I also answered rot to this, but like, then what's the? How do I get to you?
If it's a good slide in, like something
Yeah.
smart, something funny, like whatever. I'm like,
If
hot.
you're reacting,
Yeah.
a fire emoji or heart eye
or
emoji.
like you're
I feel like that's
so
fair.
pretty or whatever. Sure.
Or like, yeah, something about the physical appearance. Rot.
Rot.
Hot,
Okay.
Yeah, rot.
We're
rot.
rotting that.
But if you're trying to start a conversation about something I've posted,
Yeah.
and you have a good
take.
opinion, a good take.
If it's an intelligent thing to say and it's funny, if it
Okay.
gets your attention, it's
If
hot.
it's just dumb,
okay.
like, oh my God, I like that chocolate.
That's
like,
very
oh
true.
my god, you like Fred again? Me too. Okay, great. Well, we all do.
Also,
oh my
me,
God,
I
you
like
like
Fred again.
fries? Me too.
No, it has to be something. It has to be something like super witty.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Or
Okay, wait. I have my own then now because like as a segue, I've never online dated because like I missed that bus completely. Yeah, and then that's never gonna happen. Like I work in social media, I'm never gonna do that. So online dating, hot or rot?
Hot. Yeah.
Yeah, we're still for it. Okay, that's interesting. So we swipey. I always just took friends' phones to do swipey. It was so much fun.
That's
It was so Black Mirror.
That's like the
Yeah.
best thing ever. It's not for you. It's not that interesting. For your friends,
But in Kuwait,
Yeah.
it's not that
well,
exciting.
it's lame.
Sharing passwords, hot or rot?
Rot.
Rot.
Oh, okay. Getting back together with an ex, hot or rot?
Rot.
Damn, you guys have opinion. Tattooing each other's names.
Rot.
Rot.
Getting matching tattoos.
Hot.
Doesn't believe in wearing a wedding ring.
Rot.
Gray hair.
Hot.
Hot.
Doesn't eat carbs.
Rot.
Absolutely. Man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes.
A rot for me.
Okay.
Definitely a rot
That's
for
where
me.
we disagree.
Sorry, I scrolled. I didn't mean to. I didn't see anything.
You saw everything.
I saw nothing. I scrolled accidentally.
All right.
All right. Well, we have 2 minutes.
No.
I know. I'm
I
so
know.
sad.
I feel like I wasn't done.
This was so cozy.
This was so fun.
This was very chill.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I didn't. There was no pressure to like. There was no pressure. This was so easy.
We should do this again.
Yeah, let's do this again.
without the
Yes.
cameras.
Honestly,
this
if you're
again.
down, we're down.
I'm down. Honestly, I've wanted to start a podcast for so long, and like now I
join
don't.
us.
I just want to
Just
join
join
you
us.
guys.
Just be here.
I'm here for it. Anytime you want me, I'm here. Just
And you match the aesthetic, like you have
Thank
red
you.
hair. We
Thanks.
like the orange. It's
And you
perfect.
got.
I feel like we
cozy.
vibe. Yeah,
we vibe.
I feel like we vibe. So
Yeah.
please, anytime that you would like to bring another guest onto here, I will also be here.
Done and done. All right, you guys. Well, that's all the time we have for today. And if you like this episode,
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with every single person you've ever known.
Ever.
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 Your pastor, your local sheikh, everyone.
The guy that sold you
you guys-
fish in 2016.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.